Welcome students, in today's class I will start the first chapter of the book Hornbill, that is The Portrait of a Lady by Khushwant Singh. In the introduction class I have already told you all what this story is about, or what the author narrates in the story. So basically here the author portrays his own grandmother, his own relationship with his grandmother, and he pens down her daily activities in such a way, or he wants to show us how she evolved as a character as time passed by. And the way she explains her appearances, we can easily figure it out, or we can easily create an image of how the author's grandmother looked like. So before I start my class, I want all of you all to be ready with your books. So let us start the first paragraph of this chapter. Open page number 1 and para 1. So in this paragraph, basically it deals with the physical description of the author's grandmother. So as I will read this paragraph, you will come to know about what the author narrates in this paragraph. But the most important point in this paragraph is the physical description of the author's grandmother. And in the physical description of the author's grandmother, we will see that he wore a big turban, a loose fitting clothes. Then we will see that he had white beard and he almost looked like 100 years old. So these three are the main points in this first paragraph, and basically the first paragraph deals with the physical description of the author's. Now let us start the first paragraph of this story. Now as I read, I want all of you all to read and go through it. My grandmother, like everybody's grandmother, was an old woman. She had been old and wrinkled for the 20 years that I had known her. People said that she had once been young and pretty and had even had a husband, but that was hard to believe. My grandfather's portrait hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. He wore a big turban and loose-fitting clothes. His long white beard covered the best part of his chest, and he looked at least 100 years old. He did not look the sort of a person who would have a wife or a children. He looked as if he could only have lots and lots of grandchildren. As for my grandmother being young and pretty, the thought was almost revolting. She often told us of the games she used to play as a child, that seemed quite absurd and undignified on her part, and we treated it like the fables of the prophets she used to tell us. Now see this first line, my grandmother. So my grandmother here, it refers to the author's grandmother, and he tells us that his grandmother was like everybody's grandmother, and she was an old lady. And she had been old and wrinkled for 20 years, and he said that I knew her in that way since from 20 years. People said that she had once been young and pretty and had even had a husband. So it was very hard for him to believe that she had once had a husband, or she was once young. And then he describes about his grandfather. As I already told you all that in this paragraph we'll come to know about his grandmother first, and then grandfather, how he looks or what he wore. So see here, his grandfather's portrait was hung on the wall, and which he wore, and there in that portrait he wore some loose fitting clothes, and he wore a turban, and he had a long white colored beard that reached his chest. And he also appeared very old, and the author thought that he was someone who could have many grandchildren but not a wife or children. The author could never even imagine also that once his grandmother was young and pretty, and he could not connect to this idea that at some point of time the author's grandmother could be young and pretty. And see, she used to tell them about his cousins, about her childhood memories, like the games she used to play as a child. And they found these stories illogical and disrespectful because it was beyond their imagination to think that their grandmother was once a child and played such games. They thought that her life stories were like the other moral stories which she used to tell them. So, as I told you all, we will come to know in this paragraph about the author's grandfather, how he looked like, what he wore, and also will come to know that the author found it very much hard to believe that once his grandmother was pretty and young. And that is why this line, the thought was almost revolting. It means that the author couldn't believe that his grandmother could be young and. So these are some important words from the first paragraph. Wrinkled, having lines or fold, portrait, painting or a picture. Mental piece, a structure of wood, marble or stone above and around the fireplace. Revolting, unpleasant, absurd, illogical, undignified, disrespectful. Fables, fictitious stories with a moral teaching. Prophets, saints. The thought was almost revolting. It means it was very hard for the author to believe. Now see, these are some of the important questions from the first paragraph, and each of these questions carry 2 marks. I will discuss with you all each question. Now question number 1. What did the narrator describe in the prose piece entitled The Portrait of a Lady? So in this question, you have to write about what the narrator or Khushwant Singh tries to describe about in the chapter. So he basically describes about his relationship with his grandmother. So you have to write here, and you can also mention about his grandfather, how he looks like. Now the second question, give a short description of the narrator's grandfather as described in the prose. I have already told you all the 3 important points earlier, so you have to put those 3 important points while describing the narrator's grandfather. Then, did the narrator like the grandmother telling him the games she played as a child? If not, cite the reasons. So while reading or while I was explaining the paragraph, you all came to know that the narrator couldn't believe when the grandmother told them about the games she used to play or the stories she narrated. They all considered those stories to be some moral stories, or it was very hard for them to believe it. So you have to cite the reasons actually why they did not believe it. So these are some of the important questions from the paragraphs. And with this, I end my class with the first paragraph, and in my next video I will continue this chapter with the second part of its